subtracting integers. Now that we have practiced modeling and discovered the rule, let's review our rule. We always add the opposite when subtracting integers. So what that means is we rewrite our first integer, we change the expression to addition, and we rewrite the second number as its opposite. Then we always follow our addition rules because we have changed it into an addition expression, which are same signs add, different signs subtract. So let's get started. -8 minus -3. So I'm going to put -8 counters on the table. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it says take away 3 negatives. Do I have 3 negatives to take away? Yes, I do. So I'm going to take away the 3 negatives, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 negatives. So I'm going to rewrite -8. Now I change my minus to addition. And what's the opposite of -3? +3. Now I ask myself, are the signs the same or different? And they're different, so I subtract the absolute values. 8 minus 3 is 5. Now I decide if it's negative or positive. Which one has the greatest absolute value? And we're looking at this expression. -8 has the greatest absolute value, so my solution would be -5. 9 minus -2. It says I have 9 positives and I want to take away 2 negatives. So I'm going to put 9 positives on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now I want to take away 2 negatives, but I've got a problem. I don't have any negatives to take away. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to add negatives to the table. However, every time I add 1 negative, I also have to add 1 positive. I'm going to show you why in just a second. So I add the 1 negative and the 1 positive. 1 negative, 1 positive. Right there I added to the table, move it up just a little bit, I added up 2 0 pairs. So I really didn't change the value of this expression. This is still +9 because right here, this is 0, this is 0. So right now I still really only have +9 on the table. But the expression tells me now to take away 2 negatives. Now I have those 2 negatives, I take them away, and I'm left with 11 positives. Rewrite +9. Change minus to addition. What's the opposite of -2? +2. Now are the signs the same or different? They're the same, so we add. 9 plus 2 is 11. And since they are both positive, it stays positive. +11. -2 minus -5. So I'm going to put 2 negatives on the table. 1, 2. Now I want to take away 5 negatives. I don't have enough negatives to take away. So right now I have 2, but I need 5 to take away. So I'm going to add 3 more. 1, 2, 3. But when I add 3 negatives, I also have to add 3 positives. Because right here, this expression is still -2. Because all of this is 0. Now I can take away the 5 negatives. And I'm left with 3 positives. Rewrite the first number. Change the minus to a plus, or addition. Now what's the opposite of -5? +5. Are the signs the same or different? They're different, so I subtract the absolute values. 5 minus 2 is 3. Now, which number has the greatest absolute value? +5. So, my solution is +5. Now remember, another way to remember is who had more to start with. There are more positives, so it was +3. Last one, 4 minus 7. Starting off with 4 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to take away 7 positives. I don't have enough. So I'm going to add 3 more positives so I can be able to take away 7. But when I add the 3 positives, I also have to add the 3 negatives. Okay, now I still just have 7 on the table because all this, again, I still have 4 on the table because remember this is just 0. So I can take away the 7 positives and I'm left with 3 negatives. Keep the 4 or rewrite the first integer, change the -2 to addition, and what's the opposite of positive 7? Negative 7. Now, are the signs the same or different? They are different. So I'm going to subtract their absolute values. 7 minus 4 is 3. Now, who has the greater absolute value? Negative 7 has the greatest absolute value. So my solution is negative 3. So let's look at some takeaways here. Here are my subtracting integers rules. We always add the opposite. So we rewrite our first integer. We change the expression to addition. We write the second number as its opposite, and we follow the addition rules. Same signs add, different signs subtract. And don't forget to decide the sign. It's whoever had the greatest absolute value in the expression. Another way to think about that is who had more to start with. Does the negatives have more or did the positives have more? And we're always looking at this expression that you rewrote.